Hello and welcome to Yoga Glow with Rachel Brown. Class 1 here in our series is the beginning of our rainbow journey through the beautiful swirling, whirling vortexes, these beautiful wheels of energy, which are our chakras. So we'll be starting at the root chakra. If you don't know much about the chakras, they are energy within us, this beautiful ladder of energy that starts at the base of the spine and works its way all the way up to the crown. And each and every chakra in this 7-part system really helps us to balance out our bodies, the negative, the positive, the excess, when we don't have quite enough of one energy. By using meditation, asana, various types of yoga postures, we can really begin to balance our mind, body and spirit. So we're going to start off with the root chakra. This sits right at the base of the spine and the colour of the root chakra is red. So today, while we're doing our practice, whenever your eyes are closed or you're visualizing or you're really breathing or feeling any of the postures, try and bring that color of red into your mind's eye. So try and focus on the color red. Feel it resonating and vibrating deep down at the base of the spine. And the root chakra is an incredibly important chakra. It's the first chakra. It's the foundation. It's the base. It's the cup that holds everything else within it. And without our foundation, we cannot create any more strength in the body. So it's really, really important to always feel like we are grounded. If we feel too grounded, we can get quite sluggish, not being bothered to do anything. We can not really want to make any changes to our lives. But if we don't have enough of the root chakra, we can feel very, very fight or flight. We can think, oh God, no, I don't really know how to deal with this, and not be able to keep down, right down at the foundation and the base of our consistent support that is the root chakra. So we don't want to be fight or flight. We don't want to be stuck in our own ways, old ways, our old self-belief systems. We want to be just nicely balanced. So let's start sitting here. Just taking a few breaths. If you love to diffuse oils, there's some beautiful oils that are perfect for this practice, including tree grounding oils such as cedarwood, frankincense, really, really beautiful oils. And if you want to have any support around you in terms of bolsters or blocks or pillows, please do get those as well. So the element of the root chakra is the earth. Again, the ground, our support. Close the eyes and just begin to breathe however your body wants you to breathe. I generally find when I'm connecting to the root chakra that I am focusing on bringing all the energy down towards the earth. So some lovely big sighs, some open-mouthed sighs are fantastic. Next time you take an inhale, bring the shoulders right up to the ears. Give them a squeeze. As you exhale, drop them. Let gravity do its thing. So emotionally, the root chakra is to do with our family, our loyalty, our beliefs and our values. Feeling safe, secure, steady and grounded. So just gently start to bring yourself down into Shavasana, into corpse posture, just lying down on your back. The body's open. And just keep breathing in Shavasana. Just focus on the feet. They're spaced apart. Allow the toes just to drop open. Plenty of space either side the body for the arms and the hands, and allow the palms to face up, the back of the hand just relaxed and supported by the earth. And keep breathing. Be aware of the curve in your spine. Does it feel overly curved, or are you pushing it more down into your mat? Just find that happy middle ground. A really, really nice way to do this is just to lift the hips up, just either side. Just rock the hips up, tuck the tailbone and lay the tailbone back down. And the same with the head. Lift the head up just gently and lay it back down, keeping the chin just slightly tucked, just slightly more towards the chest. And take 5 slow inhales and exhales through the nose. Feel the body rest. Feel the body relax. Feel it supported by the ground beneath you. Feel comfort from its embrace. I am safe, centered and grounded. I am deeply connected to the earth. I am rooted in my own life. I am whole and complete. Take a lovely long inhale through the nose. Just hold it at the top just for a few seconds before releasing the exhale, feeling all that energy going down into the earth. Just start to wiggle the fingers and toes a little bit. Just bring yourself back into a more conscious moment. And when you're ready, stretch the arms up above the head and stretch all the way to the ends of the fingers, and with the legs as well, all the way to the ends of the toes, as if you're being pulled either end of the body. Really stretch yourself out. Enjoy that stretch. Now bring the knees up to the chest. Give yourself a hug. And just rock the body gently from side to side, just releasing any tension from the lower back. Roll over onto your right side and bring yourself up to seated easy pose with crossed legs. If you hear extra deep breathing, it is my Herbie dog on the sofa next to me. He always gets very relaxed in my yoga practice. So sit with the back nice and straight, just a natural straight spine, a neutral spine, and connect to that root chakra, which is right at the base of the spine. Imagine that red, that circle of energy. It's just constantly moving, swirling and whirling at the base of your spine, that beautiful red glowing light. Just close the eyes again. Feel the earth beneath you. Really feel rooted to your mat and to the earth below. Feel your foundation. And visualize with a long, slow breath, drawing in a fresh, abundant energy from beneath you, up through the pelvic floor. Now exhale what doesn't serve you. Any doubt, anxiety, any worry and overwhelming thoughts. And now I'd like you to set your intention for the practice. So keeping the eyes closed, just think of how you want to feel from this lovely grounding, calming practice. I feel safe, steady and secure, grounded and grateful. I am at home in my life. I am centered and grounded. I am deeply connected to the earth and rooted in my own life. I am whole and complete. Take any of those affirmations or others that resonate with you and say it to yourself as if it's already happened, 2 or 3 times in your head. And I want you to keep those affirmations and those inner thoughts in your head throughout our practice. So we're going to come onto hands and knees. And we're going to do a lovely, lovely, stretchy cat and cow pose. So let's start again with our foundation. Let's really, really press the hands down into the mat. Nice wide fingers, lovely intention to connecting to your mat and the earth below you. And the same with your knees, the lower legs, the back of the feet as well. Press them down. As soon as you press them down, you'll notice that connection to the core as well, which is just amazing. So pressing down with the fingers, with the thumb, the index finger, the little finger, and really very much the bottom of the palms as well. Just connecting. And making sure that you're not overextending the arm. So we don't want the inside of the elbow to face outwards. We want to bring everything round. So just twist the lower arm round so the forearms are facing forward and the elbows are out to the sides. And have just a tiny weeny micro bend in the elbow just to create that really strong foundation. Draw the belly up towards the spine. Keep the head so that the eyes are just sort of facing slightly forward and there's no tension in the neck. And as we take an inhale, drop the belly down, lift the hips and the bottom and lift the head. Really feel that lovely stretch in the belly. Other way, exhale, curve the spine, lift it up towards the ceiling, tuck the tailbone and tuck the chin towards the chest. Feeling every single part of this movement. And again, inhale, drop the belly, the head and the hips come up nice and high. Smile. Exhale the other way. And again, inhale. Really feel that stretch, every single part of it, and exhale again. Squeeze the belly up towards the spine. And now gently come back to tabletop. So we're back to our neutral spine again. I'd like to tuck the toes underneath at the back. So the toes are on the tiptoe. Take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, lift up the knees very, very gently, bringing them up underneath you and bringing the hips nice and high, coming up into a downward dog. And this is downward dog. So we're pressing down into the hands, pushing away as if we're trying to get the bottom to touch a wall behind us, keeping the shoulders nice and low. The chin is tucked under, and you can have your knees completely bent. You might want to straighten them out a little bit. Just get them used to being stretchy, stretching the hamstrings. So maybe come up onto the toes, push down to the heels, just rocking up and down. You could pedal the feet as well. Alternately, just feel your way into this pose. Lifting up through the knees, creating a lot of strength in the thighs. And taking some breaths here. And now gently walk the feet towards the hands. You can keep the knees bent all you want. Bring the hands towards the feet and we're into a forward fold. Use your breath, keep breathing however your body feels. Your body's nice and squunched over now, so you are going to need a bit more breath. Bend the knees and gently roll yourself up. Put your hands onto the knees and walk the hands up to support the back if you'd like to. And we come up to standing pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. An amazing grounding posture for the root chakra. So we're standing nice and neutral. Just come to the top of your mat, to the front of your mat. I'm going to stand back a little bit just so that you can see me. The top of your mat and ground your feet into your mat. Wiggle the toes as if you're wiggling them into the sand at the beach. That sand's lovely and warm. Give them a wiggle. Just turn the toes in just slightly so the big toes are just a little bit more towards each other and the heels just gently out a little bit more so the toes are facing forward. Pressing down through the heel, through the big toe and down across the other toes to the little toe. Feel that connection to the earth. And with every exhale, feel that energy going down and connecting to the root chakra, to the earth below us. Lovely and strong, nice and steady. Lift up through the knees, so draw the knees up, squeeze the thighs together so you get that lovely strength. Tuck the tailbone just slightly. Draw the tummy in towards the spine. The shoulders are low. We've still got space to turn the head side to side. In fact, do that if you want to. It's always nice. And we're going to bring our hands to heart center. On our next inhale, we're going to bend the knees and bring the arms nice and high up to the sky. Keep these shoulders down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now pushing the hips forward, looking behind you as if you're reaching for the sun. Take an inhale here. Exhale and swan dive all the way down to the ground. You can keep the knees bent if you want. Coming into a forward fold. Use your breath. Maybe sway just side to side a little bit, stretching out the hips. And from here, we're going to bend the knees again and take the right leg all the way to the back. The knee comes down at the back and we come into a low lunge. And again, really connect to the ground. Push this foot down into the ground. Push that back foot down into the ground. Use your breath. Hands come flat to the ground, and that left foot comes all the way through into a nice strong plank. Again, using the hands to push down into the earth. Come down to the knees. Squeeze the elbows in, keep them nice and strong as you come down to chest and then chin. And then push through and up. Oh, elbows clicking. Hi, Herbie. Bring the elbows in nice and tight to the rib cage. Pressing the pelvis down into the mat. Lovely and strong. The chest is proud and the shoulders are low. This is our cobra pose. Tuck the toes under at the back again and coming up into that downward dog that we did earlier. So again, the knees can be nice and bent. And just take some breaths here. Bringing the right leg now up and underneath you and just bringing it forward to the front into our runner's lunge. The left leg then joins the right leg and we come back into our forward fold. Keep breathing. Bend the knees, bring the arms nice and high. I'm just moving to the back again. And now arms come back down to heart center. And we've just completed half a round of what we call a sun salutation. So we're going to do the left side now. So I'll come back to the top again. See if that works or it just drops down again. So left side, inhale, swooping the arms up nice and high, pushing the hips forward and taking the hands back. And swan dive all the way down to the ground. Really try and let the head drop down so that the crown of the head is facing towards the ground. Bend the knees, take the left leg back, and we're in our low lunge. Place the hands down to the ground, bring the right foot all the way to the back to meet the left foot. And we're in a plank. Down to knees, bring the elbows in and come down to the chest and the chin and swoop yourself up into cobra. Tuck the toes under at the back, lift the knees off the ground, the hips nice and high, and come into your downward dog. You can keep the knees bent, you can move the heels up and down if you want, however it feels comfortable. Just really feel the hips lifting up off the ground and pushing away with the palms down into your mat. Bend the knees, bring the left leg all the way to the front. You can use your hand on your ankle to place it. That's a really tricky part for many of us. And now the right leg joins into a forward fold. And swooping up high, we've completed our round of sun salutation. So just stand there with your eyes closed, just notice how you feel. Connect still to the earth. It's a beautiful sequence of 12 classic yoga poses that we do on the right side and then the left side to complete one round. If you enjoyed that, there's lots more information on the podcast about sun salutation. Okay. Coming back to the top of the mat. Oh, Herbie, sit down, sit down. we're going to come into warrior one. Really, really nice, strong, grounding pose. I'd love for you to really use your breath, be aware of the breath, of it being pushed down towards the earth. So starting at the top of the mat, we're going to take the right leg and take it a nice big stride back behind you. If you feel a bit wobbly in this position, just move the right leg out a little bit to the side to create a slightly wider foundation. And you can bring the heel up at the back as well. Both toes are facing forward. Just put your hands onto your hips for a moment. It's another lovely way just to sort of balance the body a little bit more. And as you do that, start to bend the front knee, just so when you look down, you can see your big toe and your second toe really, and that's about it. And then if you want to, just drop down slightly more, tuck the tailbone slightly more. Bringing the arms up, keeping the shoulders nice and low again. There's plenty of space for you to move your head side to side. Press down into that front foot and press down into the back foot there as well. And this is your warrior one. Breathe. Feel as if you're squeezing the two inner thighs together, as if you've got a pillow that you're trying to keep up here between your thighs. And with those beautiful exhales, feel that energy flowing down into the earth. There's all this energy at the tips of your fingers. Bring it all down, all the way through this line of energy. And from here, we'll move into warrior two. So let's bring the arms down. One goes forward and one goes back. Take the leg back a little bit more. Bring it back into line with the front foot and turn that toe out a little bit so it's facing just slightly forward on an angle. And again, bend that knee again, so when you look down you can just see the big toe and maybe the first toe. And from here, just tuck the tailbone slightly and draw the belly in towards the spine. Nice and straight. Beautiful, strong fingers, full of energy. Imagine this energy coming through, across the body and out the back again. And focus on the end of the fingertips. You're a warrior. Imagining that you have two sheets of glass in front and behind the body that your body is slotting into. So rather than being like this or like this, we are strong. Exhaling, feeling the energy as if you've got energy coming out of your palms and you're pushing it down. Beautiful. And now bring that elbow, the front elbow down onto the knee. Lift the arm up nice and high and turn the head if you can to face up towards the right hand. Keep breathing. Gorgeous. Gently bring the right hand back round, bring it down to the ground, and then the other one. Twist the foot so that it's back to facing the same way as the front foot, and the heel is up at the back. And we're going to gently just walk the hands forward a little bit more, dragging the back toe behind us until we feel a balance on our standing leg. And as soon as we get that balance, you can start to lift the back leg off the floor. It doesn't have to come very high. Oh, touching the Christmas tree. And really press down into that standing foot. Using your strength. If you can place the hands flat on the floor. Bring the foot back to join the standing foot. Come into your forward fold. And we're going to swoop all the way up. And do the other side. Just take a moment, shake the legs out. Come back to Tadasana, to mountain pose. And come back to your intention, your affirmation that you created for yourself. Notice how your body feels. It should feel warmer. You should maybe be feeling the heart pumping a little bit because we've inverted slightly in this practice as well. Notice how your body feels. Enjoy that feeling. That's all the energy flowing around you. Okay. Standing on the right leg now, we're going to take the left leg. Nice wide step back. And you can bring that heel up again. We bring our hands to our hips for a moment and just consider how strong we feel in the foundation. I feel a bit more wobbly on this side, so I am going to just open up my base a little bit, my foundation. And once you feel a bit stronger and a bit sturdier, start to bend the right knee. And as you look down, you'll see the big toe just poking out. Keep it nice. Try and keep both knees facing forward, bringing the arms up. Inhale as you exhale, just drop down a little bit more, tucking the tailbone. And breathe. Feel that energy. This is hard. It's really, really hard. It's a real leg strengthener. Okay, coming back up, just turning the heel in a little bit more on the back foot. This front foot is still facing me. We're going to take that bend again, bring the arms out either side of us. Beautiful, strong arms, strong fingers. We are warriors. Make sure the bottom's tucked under slightly. Make sure the tummy is nice and drawn towards the spine. And when you look down, you can just see the big toe and maybe a little bit of the next toe. Imagine this energy forcing it down into the ground. Taking the elbow, leaning it down and resting it on the front knee. Bringing the arm up to the sky, turning the head to look up to that hand up in the sky. Pressing down into the feet, everything that's supporting you. Keep breathing. And now gently bring the left hand down to the ground, the right hand the other side of the foot, and start to walk forward a little bit, just dragging that back leg behind you. So you've created a sort of triangle, an upside down triangle, and that toe here is the point of the triangle. And if you want to, lift the leg up off the floor behind you, really connecting to the earth with that standing foot. Wonderful. Bring the left knee down, foot down, sorry, and bring it next to the right foot. And let's come into a forward fold, sorry. Bend the knees and start to open out the legs into a nice wide forward fold, making sure that both the toes are pointing forward. And keep that forward fold going. We've just changed it slightly by making it wide leg. Keep breathing, feeling calm, rooted to the ground. Bend the knees a little bit more and just stretch either side. Oh, that feels good. Back to center, and now open the toes out at 10 to 2. Just move them in a little bit more so they're sort of hovering over the edges of your mat. And from here, using the earth to support you again, we're going to come down into a squat. So you might want to wiggle your way into your squat. You might not be able to get into the squat. You might maybe have your heels up off the floor. However you feel, go with that. A lovely way to do it is to use a wall as well. If you can't get down into the squat, you can start off against the wall. Use the wall as your balance as you go down. Or you could do it next to the coffee table and use your hands to help you with your balance. Or even use a bolster or something to sit on so that you haven't got quite as much strain on the knees, because we really don't want anything to feel strenuous or overly stretchy. Just work to where your body is happy. Find comfort in the pose and then just breathe and see what happens. And often the edge, the part of the pose that we initially get to and we think, no, that's it, I'm not going any further than this. Often by just sitting and breathing into the posture, the body will just relax and open and allow you to progress the pose a little bit further. Personally, I love a good squat. Just keep breathing, and with every exhale, feel that energy going down the chakra line and right down to the root chakra at the base of the spine. And focus again on that red, swirling, whirling wheel of energy. And when you're ready, coming down onto the knees, so bringing gently the knees back to the mat, coming into our tabletop. We're going to complete our physical practice with a posture called thread the needle, which I love this posture. So we're back to all fours. We're pressing the palms down into the ground, pressing the feet and the legs down into the ground, feeling that connection in the core as we do so. Tiny bend in the elbows, tiny weeny bend. Now lifting up the right arm, so pushing the left hand down into the ground. And where you have this space between the arm and the body, start to very slowly run the hand through. So you're coming down onto your right shoulder and then down onto the side of your face. The hips are nicely lifted. You've got that twist at the top of the spine. This is threading the needle. Just use the breath and feel the energy going down into the ground. If you want to add to this pose at all, you can take the left hand out, spider fingers, so just the tips of the fingers are on the floor. And then take the right leg out to the back on the tiptoe. Draw the belly out towards the spine. Come back to center. Bring yourself back up into tabletop. And we'll go the other side. Find your foundation. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, taking the other arm through the eye of the needle, down onto the left shoulder and down onto the left side of the face. If you want to increase, take the same arm that's on the side where the other arm's on the floor and take it out just further past the hand with spider fingers. And now the left leg goes all the way to the back onto the tiptoe. Bring the knee back, bring the hand back and come up and out. And from here, nice wide-legged child's pose. So take the knees out nice and wide so the feet are together at the back. And gently stretch the arms down in front of you, head down to the ground. We're going to have a lovely long rest here for a moment. And gently, slowly, happily, bring yourself up. Take a moment and then come down into Shavasana. So back down to the mat, lying flat out on the mat. The feet are open, either side of the mat. The toes are just dropping open. Plenty of space either side for the hands. The palms are facing upwards. And before you start to sort of move yourself into an ever so comfortable position, just notice how your body feels against how it felt at the beginning of the practice when we were in Shavasana, in this lovely still posture. Notice where you feel any tightness and just start to move around a little bit, getting yourself even more comfortable. And it's a wonderful idea at this part of our practice to use something to support the lower back. So if you've got a bolster or some pillows or cushions, maybe put them underneath your knees long ways. It just takes that last bit of tension out of the lower back, just encourages that release. And lie still. Have a move around at first. Find your happy place. Find that comfort. And just be still, listening to the sound of your breath. Listening to the other noises you can hear when you become silent. Noticing how your body feels internally. Can you feel your heart beating? Can you feel the clothes you're wearing touching your skin? And just be aware of your intention, of those affirmations that we made, whether you followed the guidance of mine or you created your own. Just come back to them now. I'm just going to do a final pranayama practice where we're going to retain the breath, allow the body to be extra still, and then exhale just slightly longer than our inhale and our retention of the breath. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. And I'll guide you through this. So just prepare yourself for this inhale of 4, holding the breath for 4, and exhaling for 8. Okay, here we go. We'll do a few rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll bring the retention in now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just come back to your natural breath. Do whatever your breath's telling you to do. It might want you to take some nice open-mouthed exhales. Maybe some deep inhales. Whatever feels good, and just lie and be still there, just noticing how your body is feeling. Take a final and lovely, long mindful inhale and exhale, and start to stretch and wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretch the body. Smile. Now bring the knees up to the chest again. Have a little rock side to side. Just releasing the lower back, just feeling that comfort and also connecting to the earth. When you're ready, roll onto your right side and come back to facing me with the legs crossed. If you want to feel a little bit more comfort in this just meditation for the last couple of minutes, please feel free to sit on a pillow. Just put sort of the back of your bottom onto a pillow, and that just lifts the hips and it just provides a little bit more comfort in the hips and the knees. And we're going to place our hands, palms facing upwards on the knees. So this isn't a guided meditation. This is just a couple of minutes of quiet contemplation meditation. We'll do guided meditations, but really I think just focusing on the root chakra, closing the eyes, Connecting right from the base, from the foundation, visualizing that red glow at the base of the spine, really feeling that connection to the earth, feeling that energy, that strength and support. Just feel the shoulders lowering down. Bring the chest and the chin just slightly more together. Just so you're dropping the chin just slightly. And feel that lovely, nice and straight, but just neutral spine. And listen to your exhale. Gentle flow of energy as you inhale and exhale. Start to come back to your more conscious self. Take a more stronger inhale and exhale. Keeping the eyes closed, bring the hands together and rub the palms quite vigorously together. Now placing the palms over the eyes, feeling that lovely warm energy, visualizing that red color again behind the eyes. Now starting to blink, open the eyes. Hands to heart center. Thank you so much for that beautiful root chakra practice. I hope to see you next time.